Listen, the planet is exhaling fire. One crater, 70 meters wide, 30 meters deep, hot enough to liquefy brass. Locals call it Darvaza, the door to hell, but the blaze you see is only the porch light. Behind it, a Soviet cover-up, spiders that leap to their death, bacteria that could survive Mars, and a countdown clock no government wants ticking. Tonight we walk the rim. Keep your mask on. The air here has kept secrets for half a century. November 1971, Site 21D, Karakum Desert. A rotary drill bites 220 meters, chasing a methane echo. Suddenly, the derrick lurches. Steel screams. Sand collapses. 2 Euro 375 trucks, a geological cabin, and, legend says, a technician's lunchbox disappear into a sinkhole. Temperature probes spike 60 degrees Celsius overnight. Hydrogen sulfide clouds yellow the horizon. Moscow radios a 4-word order: light it, move on. But here's the rub. No Order 71D13 exists in any Soviet archive. No incident log, no payroll deduction for lost equipment. The only primary source, a field notebook smuggled by Kazakh geologist Rashid Ospanov. Page 4, we did not open the Earth opened us. Page 5 is scorched off. 53 years later, the flare still burns, meaning either Soviet math was catastrophically wrong or they never planned to put it out. Thermographic flyovers in 2022 clocked 1180 degrees Celsius at the core, just 170 degrees shy of melting copper pennies. Combustion 101 says methane needs 5 to 15% fuel-air mix. Sensors at the rim read a perfect 9% CH4, 19% O2, a self-sustaining Bunsen burner the size of a swimming pool. But open-air fires should choke themselves. Methane is lighter than air, oxygen should dilute, temperature should cycle with seasons. Darvaza doesn't. It's a steady-state blowtorch, implying an endless feed from below. Seismic tomography in 2019 revealed a 7-kilometer-deep chimney of fractured limestone, a geological straw sipping gas from the Amu Darya Basin, the 4th largest gas field on Earth. Translation? The crater isn't just on fire. It's pressure venting a superbasin. Put it out and you cork a volcano of methane that could erupt somewhere far worse. Micrometeorologists found fulgurite spheres, glass marbles, forming in real time. Lightning didn't do it. Pure radiant heat fused silicon dioxide. Darvaza is manufacturing its own geology faster than science can catalog it. Every June solstice, after dusk, thousands of wolf spiders and solifuges charge across 400 meters of open sand and hurl themselves into the pit. 0 survivors.
Entomologists call it luminous suicide. Infrared cameras show the crater's glow peaks at 940 nanometers, the exact wavelength reflected by freshly killed prey. The spiders think they're racing toward a dying beetle buffet. Instead, they incinerate mid-air, chitin crackling like popcorn, adding free carbon to the flame. Circle of life upside down, the fire baits its own fuel. Estimates suggest arthropod carcasses contribute 28 kilograms of biomass carbon per year. Microscopic, but enough to tweak the combustion chemistry, keeping the blaze alive one spider at a time. Nature's horror movie, and the star is a flaming sinkhole. Declassified CIA KH-9 imagery from 1974 labels the crater Site 13X. Not Darvaza, not Borehole 21D. Marginalia, continuous flare, possible weapons test platform. The Amu Darya Basin holds 1.7 trillion cubic meters of methane and 47 billion of helium, a strategic Cold War rarity. Some geochemists argue the Soviets were experimenting with underground coal gasification. Ignite deep seams, harvest synthetic fuel via the crater chimney. A sinkhole with a ready-made flare stack was a gift. If true, the door to hell isn't an accident. It's a failed weapons reactor that became too expensive to cap. Addendum. 1982 seismic records show 2 artificial explosions 4 kilometers southwest. Magnitude 2.1 and 2.4. Official cause? Tectonic. Unofficial? Pressure relief so the chimney wouldn't blow its top near a brand new pipeline. Note the wording. Extinguish, not investigate. When governments rush to kill a scientific gold mine, it's rarely about science. NASA's Astrobiology Field Expedition 2019 scooped soil at the crater's lip. They cultured Darvaza 7, a thermoacidophile bacterium that metabolizes methane at pH 2.1 and 70 degrees Celsius, without oxygen. Its cell wall contains silicone lipid hybrids, natural heat shielding. On early Mars, similar hydrothermal vents could have hosted the same chemistry. If Darvaza microbes rode a meteorite onto the red planet, they'd wake up and keep eating. The door to hell is now a rehearsal lab for alien hunters, and the blueprint for terraforming engines that burn Martian subsurface gas. We went looking for answers. We found a mirror reflecting the extremes of our own planet, and maybe someone else's. October 2022, Turkmen State Oil Company launches Operation Chokehold. Plan: dump 18,000 meters cubed of desert sand, inject 2,000 meters cubed of sodium bicarbonate slurry, cap with a 40-ton dome-shaped steel plate fitted with one-way valves. Budget: $4.2 billion, more than Turkmenistan's annual healthcare spend. Result: sand vitrifies into a glass seal within 36 hours, plate warps like tinfoil under 1100 degrees Celsius, pressure forces gas out through newly cracked radial fissures, creating a ring of blue flame jets 30 meters high. Infrared drones record internal temps rising 40 degrees Celsius.
Reason: methane is lighter than air. Sealing the throat pressurizes the system, forcing gas sideways, a flaming sprinkler. The crater simply rerouted itself, laughing in the face of engineering. Every attempt to bury the door only hands it new corners to seep through. Since 2018, Instagram geotags at Darvaza jumped 900%. With them came rumors of the guideless vanishing. Record: 3 separate groups claimed their local guide walked to the rim for hero shots, never returned. Search parties found footprints ending mid-sand. No scuff, no drag, no body. Turkmen police files list cause as desert disorientation, despite the crater glowing 200 meters away. Veteran drivers now refuse night tours. They whisper the fire calls downward, a low-frequency harmonic at 17 hertz, the same infrasonic tone linked to human panic and ghost hallucinations. Stand close enough, long enough, and your inner ear convinces you the ground is safer than the sky. Some doors don't open out, they open in. 2024 data. Thermal footprint down 38% since 2021. Main vent pressure dropped from 3.2 bar to 1.9. State geologists predict total self-extinction by 2030. Here's the catch. When the flame dies, the crater becomes a 70-meter chimney of cold, dense methane, heavier than air. One lightning strike, one careless torch stove, and the entire shaft could detonate outward in a fuel-air explosion visible from orbit. Alternative scenario, the underground reservoir collapses, creating a 1-kilometer sinkhole that would swallow the nearest highway and pipeline junction, a $20 billion energy artery for China's Belt and Road. Either way, the moment the last fire gutters out, the desert resets from tourist oddity to geopolitical landmine. I spent the night alone on the rim in 2023. At 3:07 a.m., the wind died. The flames formed a perfect spiral, impossible without rotational gas injection. Then the sound, a low harmonic, almost speech. Spectrogram analysis back home revealed formants matching human vowels O and A. The crater was literally singing through turbulence. No drugs, no booze, just 17 hertz rattling my eyeballs. For 12 seconds, I understood why guides vanish. The fire convinces you it's alive, and it's lonely. Leaked 2023 Turkmen State memo. Upon flameout, immediately backfill the crater with calcium carbonate slurry and relocate Darvaza Road 4 kilometers south. Classify reason as national security. Translation: they're not worried about tourism. They're worried about what the world might see once the smoke clears. Seismic ground-penetrating radar, classified bandwidth, allegedly imaged a 200-meter cavity beneath the base lined with metallic anomalies, perfect right angles. The same memo bans further GPR flights. Conclusion: either the Soviets dumped something radioactive inside, or the sinkhole opened onto a man-made shaft. Either way, the moment the fire dies, the cover-up begins. So the fire that was never meant to last half a century is finally thinking about quitting, and we still don't know who struck the first match, what else is burning down there, or what happens when the light goes out. Book the ticket, pack the respirator, and walk the rim before the door slams shut. Because once the darkness wins, the secrets stay buried, and the desert never talks.